Welcome everyone to our second episode of Uncorked, the Halloween special. Tonight we are dressed in our Halloween garb and ready to watch some Halloween films, some spoopy films of spoopy-like nature. But before we do that, let's introduce ourselves and our costumes for this year. We'll start with Anya.
'Tis I. Hello, I am Anya, and this year I am a little ghost on the prayer.
I'm Han Solo, captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me you're looking for some crappy movies.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I am Janis Joplin, aka a hippie.
And I'll be your host for this evening, Nate, also known as the Velocipaster.
Oh, you did it, the Velocipaster!
It's beautiful! Oh no! Don't fall backwards, you'll probably Oh, yeah.
I am not humped over enough. Okay, so.
That's...
You don't look nearly enough like a potato.
How did I not put that together ahead of time? I didn't see that coming. I can't believe it. I thought, oh, pastor, cool, you know?
That's cool, man.
Velocipaster.
The Velocipaster.
Okay, so for tonight's menu of assorted features, our spooky features menu. All right, so before we pick tonight's movie, let's go in order again with each movie. If you want to read it off, Anya, start us off with The Shaft.
AKA Down the Shaft. 2001. Rated R. It's an hour and 51-minute long horror. When the elevators in New York's 102-story Millennium Building start to malfunction,
Millennium Falcon?
mechanic Mark Newman is sent to find the cause. After a series of gruesome and deadly accidents occur, Mark joins forces with spunky reporter Jennifer. It's not a complete film until there's a spunky reporter involved. Here
Has
she
to
comes
be.
to save the day.
Sleepaway Camp, 1983. Rated R, 1 hour, 24 minutes. Horror. Angela Baker, a shy, traumatized young girl, is sent to summer camp with her cousin. Shortly after her arrival, anyone with sinister or less than honorable intentions gets their comeuppance.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch from 1982. Horror, mystery, and science fiction. Kids all over America want silver shamrock masks for Halloween. Dr. Daniel Chalice seeks to uncover a plot by silver shamrock owner Conal Cochran.
We have a different spin on this game. First off, you'll be racing for the movie that you each read for just now. So you'll be...
might make quick work of that.
Right. You'll be each racing for the movie you just read, but however, we are doing this mummy style, where you will be wrapped up as a potato sack race, but mummy version. The object as always is to see who uncorks the wine bottle first. Whoever uncorks it first, that movie wins for the night. So, to arms. All right, everyone, don't forget. Whoever uncorks their bottle first, that's the movie we get to watch tonight. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah! Yeah! Oh, I got the lousy ones tonight. The lousy wine keys. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is this your redemption? I doubt it.
I feel like I'm doing
Yes! No!
She's a bartender! Oh, I'm so excited.
So close.
What movie are we watching?
Down.
Also known as The Shaft.
I think that elevator's haunted.
You don't mess with the devil himself.
Elevators are one of the safest means of transportation. Security is and has always been our top priority.
The machine got a mind of its own, and now it's taking revenge. You still think there's nothing wrong with those elevators?
created this monster, you kill it.
We're going to get us out! Oh my God!
The machine's not a machine anymore.
Welcome to Kombucha's Kitchen. Tonight we are doing a Halloween party, and so we wanted to come up with a bunch of Halloween themed dishes. First up is our mummified jalapeno poppers. They are stuffed with cream cheese, other cheese, green onions, and a little bit of hot sauce for a little extra kick. And we then wrapped them in pastry dough to make them look like little mummies. Our next dish is our little spooter boys. They are literally just balls of cream cheese and mozzarella balled up and placed on very delicious garlic naan crackers, and their legs are made with chow mein noodles. Our other dishes include a massive pizza dough based spider with a marinara dipping sauce, and we also made some Halloween themed Rice Krispies treats that were supposed to be pumpkins, but I also ran out of time and patience, and instead they were just orange with mini M&Ms on top for a little color. And we also made some spoopy themed punches that I'm pretty excited about, one of which is alcoholic and one of which is non-alcoholic because I believe in choice.
You like egg yolk just.
So tonight we watched Down
The Shaft.
the Shaft.
Also known as The Shaft, 2001.
It was.
Yes, it was.
We're not so sure that the other two would have been better, you know?
I mean, we won't know yet.
Really
We may
washed
eventually
over
know.
us.
That's true.
I still want to watch Ticks.
Tix is going to be coming out, have another appearance. Just because the movie doesn't get one doesn't mean it won't ever get seen. It just means it will move on to a future episode. We just don't want to do. Yeah, we just don't want to do back to back. Like, oh, the same menu, and then like Tix is there like until someone wins it eventually.
So anyway, so we watched Down, aka The Shaft.
Starring.
Naomi Watts.
Thank you.
Yes,
because I couldn't
Naomi
remember.
Watts.
And a young, not Chris Evans fella. Ron Perlman was in it. He was fabulous.
Michael Ironside. That's it. But listen, those three are kind
there
of.
were some good people.
There were-
But Naomi Watts was
No,
so
she was bad.
Send us through the cavalcades of twists and turns that was Down, aka The Shaft.
Okay, to preface the film,
Yes.
that plot spiraled the out of control.
That's true.
It spiraled so hard, so
Yeah.
fast.
At what point?
And like there was a biochip with a dolphin brain.
Whoa,
I was,
hang on.
By the time we got
I know,
to Dolphin
wait,
Brain,
wait,
yeah.
but that
Dolphin
wasn't
Brain is
doll.
way
That
too
happened
far.
an hour
Yeah.
into the film. But okay, wait.
We're
Let's
doing
come back.
plot recap.
I'm gonna come back.
Plot recap. First off,
We all had high hopes.
Yeah.
High hopes.
higher hopes. Higher hopes.
Because there were some very
Our
spoopy
hopes rode up to the
elevator
120th
scares.
floor.
There were some good elevator scares though.
But the
Yeah.
most important part about the opening is who directed this film.
Dick Mass.
Dick
Mass.
Man.
Good old Dick Mass.
And directed.
I don't know if
Dick
did he
Mass.
direct it too?
Yes, he
Yes.
wrote and
Oh
directed.
heavens.
Dick Mass
I'd like me
presents.
some Dick.
And he produced
You know
it.
what?
M-A-A-S.
Anyways,
Okay, so
Moss.
it's not,
It's
you know.
Dick Moss.
Dick
Mass.
But so we got into it, and there were these moments in the beginning of the film where we're like, ooh, ugh.
Yeah.
Because
It's all about this elevator going haywire. So like there are
We already
people
know
like
this.
kind of leaning their heads
I mean, they were trying
in
to
and-
figure it out.
Uh-huh.
But or
Oh well,
yeah.
it opened on those two guys. You know, okay, first off, long opening
God.
shot of New York City.
5 minutes?
Like
With the
just
Twin
in
Towers.
case, in case you don't know where we are, it's New York, and we're gonna linger here for a
Just in
long,
case you don't know, here's the
long
Twin Towers.
Time. Twin Towers.
Happy
linger,
2001.
linger. Yeah. aerial footage, and then
the
it
film
swoops
was
around.
all about terrorism. We'll get there when we get there.
We see these assistant guys, they're at the top of the tower using a viewfinder to watch some
Porn.
like business guy across the way in another tower
With hookers.
get it on with 2 hookers and
It was rated R just right out of the bat. Like,
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2,
stripper
R.
titties.
titties.
Oh, this is really something. Well, let me see. Give me another quarter.
Oh, God.
Okay, babies like this.
It's a quality film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titties and booties.
So there's like an electrical storm or something.
Oh, God. Set new device? No.
Oh, Jesus. His phone's freaking out. Your phone's freaking out.
It's like they know. Stop it. Yeah, stop it.
Which was a
The
little
power
too
goes
fast.
out,
Storm.
which makes a person think like, oh,
It's
maybe
a
it's going to be
ghost.
a...
The devil has come upon us.
Paranormal possibilities number 1.
Yeah.
Lightning storm.
Yeah.
Continue.
I thought that's what
you're...
it was gonna be.
Which, by the way, all right, we'll get there. With the explanation they went with, I don't think some of the things that happen make any sense.
No,
None of
look,
what happened
look,
made sense.
Also, we're the viewers, so we
Okay.
knew that the elevator was evil or killing.
Yeah.
and people were dying, but they kept trying to explain.
Yeah, they kept
They
trying to like
over-explained
offer a
it
little
all.
explanation of maybe this, maybe that.
You were going to say?
I was just gonna say. So if it had been a ghost, sure, a ghost could act maliciously and with no
Intent.
thought toward the victim
Right.
or
1408.
yes,
Yeah.
beautifully done. But my point is, like, a ghost does malevolent behavior for no reason. This was a dolphin brain, for some reason, killing the dog, which a dolphin would never do.
Yeah, come on, people.
I can't-
A dolphin would never kill a dog.
We'll get there, I
It was
promise.
a sweet
That
doggo.
is the craziest thing.
It was a
No.
seeing eye doggo.
All right, but we've got to back up a little bit. Electrical storm, assistance, elevators acting a little weird.
There are 2 incompetent security people.
Very.
Yes. And we mean incompetent both
Stupidly.
at their jobs, but also as actors.
But let's talk about the security
Awful.
guy's death.
Okay.
We haven't gotten that far yet.
We're getting
yeah.
there, though.
We're getting there.
We're gonna get
We're
there
get there.
right
We're
now.
get there. Because
Yeah,
we
we're
right now
faster
we
than
have
this
like the
film was.
initial spoopy parts. Of like
How long did it take for him to die?
it because we had to get the lightning strikes.
Yeah.
Then we had to have
like
this
10
scene right
minutes.
now, which is where we
Yeah.
we have to
Oh,
introduce
so we gotta
the main
introduce
characters.
Our
Our
main
protagonist.
elevator technicians, which it opens on this like Henry Cavill meets
Discount.
Mark
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg discount
Yeah.
guy who is awful.
And of course, everyone has a New York accent. Everyone's doing a
like an aggressive, like everything they say is like this, and they're like got the eyebrows
They
going,
talk
and they're
with
like
one
they
side
talk
of-
like this the
one
whole
side of his
time.
mouth.
Like
whole thing.
his mouth is so
You went from
muscular
New
all
York
the
to you know
time.
we got.
Just like talking. It was the left side of his mouth. I was like, hey, Michael, is he talking
Yeah.
about the
Hey,
left side?
this
Hey
guy's-
Michael, what do you want to do over here?
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta walk on this
Michelle,
elevator.
I
Like,
told
that's
you
the whole
straight,
thing.
but
Hey,
are you
listen,
sure?
this job
You're
is
sure
really
you're
important to
sure?
me, all right?
so
Hey, just stop being a jerk off, all right? Like, get with it. Get with the
Oh,
program.
now I know what
Oh,
it
and
looks
you're
like.
so hungover, Mark.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. So we meet our first protagonist,
hungover.
Yeah.
who is how do we compare him?
He's
he was
hung
Chris Evans.
over.
Chris Evans meets not Fred Durst. Chris Evans meets
Young Bill Paxton.
no the comedian
young
no
Bill
the
Paxton,
comedian
wasn't it, though?
Nathan Cook no
Dane Cook.
Dane Cook.
Yeah, little
So
Dane Cook in there.
Chris Evans meets Dane Cook.
I can see that, yeah.
So we meet him. He's hungover.
Trash
Maybe
human being.
boyfriend.
Yeah, and Jeff was like, "Hey
shit.
man,
Wait,
were
I just
paired
realized.
together.
No,
Did
don't
they
they go to
wait?
eat
Did they go to his
first?
girlfriend's house
Because he gets
first?
punched in the face.
no, not yet.
Or was
That's
that
a little
later?
later.
Oh, it
no,
does
they
get punched in the
go
face.
to
It
the
does go
diner.
to.
They go. No, the dinner's
Yeah,
later.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought.
No, the
There
diner
were a
happens
lot of
in the-
scenes in this
There
movie.
were a lot.
Okay, that's fair. There were technically
Too
a lot of
many.
Look, it's the man
the
with the
green-haired
dog.
man. We'll get to the green-haired man with the dog.
So lame.
There were a lot of scenes in this movie,
Too many
technically speaking.
Yeah,
there were
like
scenes in
different
this movie.
locations,
There
set
was
of
so
characters.
much knowledge to be transferred in this film.
Listen, within maybe 20, 30 minutes, this elevator is starting to do some weird shit. It goes crazy
that's right, the
while a
pregnant
whole
ladies.
set of
pregnant
pregnant
ladies.
ladies.
You're
Thank you.
so,
Yes.
so right.
Real quick, before we go forward, I just want to say my favorite part about this film was these transitions, these cut shots.
Yeah,
Okay, that's to be
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Actual
Because
praise.
it started in the pregnant lady
Actual
scene.
praise. Are they all giving birth now?
I think they might be. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, she just.
That one. Oh shit.
Passed out with her eyes open.
Ew! For the love of...
That was actually a clever cut.
I had a moment of.
This is genuine praise. I'm not making this
So we
up.
got a whole like
Elevator full of pregnant.
elevator full of pregnant ladies.
They were
Elevator
all
starts
pregnant.
freaking out. It's going up. It's going down. And then
But after, like, all the girls are, like, laying on the floor, and they grotesquely showed the lady's vagina
There was
popping
some
out
surprisingly large amount of practical
Ooh,
effects.
that was so awkward.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, I was here for it.
I
Just
mean,
because it was,
were you,
I
though?
wanted that kind of the movie, though. That's the thing. For a Halloween movie, I wanted more of that. Yeah.
Hard pass. Nope.
So there was a
Child's, like,
blind,
popping out
green-haired
too
man.
much. But
The blind, green-haired
Oh,
man
that
had
was
green
funny,
hair
though.
because it was a practical joke.
because he's
he was
a
pervert.
bastard. Because
First
he
he's
seems
blind.
weirdly sweet. Can you
It's
see
weirdly
again?
weird.
He was
Weirdly
creepy.
sweet. It could be.
It
well,
could be
wait,
sweet
if all he'd
if he
done
had
was
played
been
it.
like, good to see you again, and been like, face touch. I can't even find you because my eyes were closed. All right, anyway, face touch.
My
and
face
just stop
is too sweaty
here
for that.
like a normal person.
Can I
Cool.
see you again?
So we established that there's this guy who's a total dick.
Dick bag.
Just a
And
jerk.
his, like the
Horrible,
hairdresser has dyed his hair
horrible.
green, and now he's gonna go off and use the elevator, and he wanders off with his seeing eye dog.
The gorgeous little Labrador.
Yeah. Which the real tragedy of the film is that
It
beautiful
was the
dog
dog.
ended up with that pervert for most of
Horrible,
its
man.
life. You know, that's
Yeah,
just
and it was just being a best
have a drink
boy.
for that. You know.
Cheers.
To the
Golden
dog.
retriever. To the
To the
dog.
dog.
To the dog, everyone.
To the dog.
Who does fall down the elevator shaft?
Last.
There's just no.
Come on, Buster. Don't you get difficult now.
Oh, he.
Oh, Buster ain't going
Trash movie!
And
Then they brought it back later where they open the elevator shaft
And we
and find
saw
the
it.
dog hanging.
Like,
Andy, I don't like this.
Smush his head. Smush his head.
dead hanging.
They didn't show his
with the
stupid
dog.
old ass with the green hair. They showed the poor
They
dog.
showed the dog.
Because they had a dog puppet.
Brutal. It's brutal, but it got us emotionally that moment.
It did. We were actually upset.
Because I was like, I didn't need it. I know that the dog died. Did you have to see
You
it
didn't have to show it to
hanging
me
and
twice.
bleeding?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! So you're totally right about the breakup scene happens. So the main character has this ex-girlfriend who's seeing Mark.
Mark.
Pow!
What does Marky Mark do?
Mark.
What he does
Break
is
up.
he goes, hey,
Oh yes.
He tries to make up with his girlfriend.
by buying the flowers.
Which, by the way, we never see this girl again.
Never.
He shows up at his ex-girlfriend's apartment. He's got
Somebody
flowers.
else
He's like
shows
trying to
up,
call her.
right. There's a
She
naked
opens
dude
the
in
door,
there.
and lo and behold,
You're sleeping. Were you sleeping? Oops. I'm sorry.
And the man is still there. He opens the bathroom door and goes, "Oh, sorry."
this movie. Okay, I was gonna say this movie has a lot of scenes. It also has a lot of scenes in which you see a character that you never see again. Even by this point, I didn't realize that Marky Mark was our main guy. Like I still thought Jeff was.
Jeff was the main
I
guy.
thought Jeff was the main guy. the whole
His
time.
partner.
I
at work.
also thought Jeff was going to end up being like the main
The
character.
protagonist, yeah.
'Cause we
Mark
saw
ends
him.
up, but I'm kind of glad.
I am too.
Oh
Mark
God,
was the
yeah.
best.
Yeah, Mark
No,
was
there's
way
no
better.
way I would have dealt with Jeff.
But it's just like the movie did not.
did.
The movie took way too long to establish that Mark was our main guy, and then
That's
it took a
true.
long time to even bring in Naomi Watts
It
as well.
did make it feel.
Oh my God! And
especially
then
from
when
Made it feel
Naomi
like Jeff
Watts
was gonna
gets
do that.
there, she's
Yeah.
a reporter trying to get a scoop on the pregnant ladies in the elevator, and then
That's true.
she tries to get on the ambulance with
In
one
the
of the
worst
pregnant ladies,
way.
and is like,
Let's-
"I'm a nurse," dressed like a poor Britney Spears imitation.
Wannabe.
Stupid then. God damn that outfit.
The sunglasses.
Poor woman.
I'm right here, honey.
Where's my baby? Where's my baby?
There were babies?
Not when they got in. Hey, where you going?
What's your name, ma'am? No, you can talk to me. I'm a nurse.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a nurse. Oh my God.
Which the elevator stuck, and then his head got stuck.
I actually thought that was
doors.
It was a little overkill on the slowness.
Yeah.
It was painfully
Took his neck
slow.
off at like.
Yeah.
I bet it was painful for him too.
Hey.
And then they cut to the like behind them is like the shrunken heads in the lobby. So
And then later
so this
the
is
cut
another
cigar.
like maybe theory about the elevators
Like,
because we
maybe
have
it's
like
cursed.
electrical storm going on. Maybe that's what's causing the elevator
Well,
to go
that's
weird.
what we thought.
Then we saw this glimpse of these like shrunken head skull things. So maybe it's some kind of like voodoo thing
Right.
that's
hoped.
on this
Right.
elevator,
So
right?
what is it?
Native
Plausible
American
reason for the elevator
burial
killing
ground.
people are number 2,
Right,
voodoo.
right.
So then Marky Mark and Jeff get called in.
Next time I'll bring my umbrella.
Let's go. Tell them they can turn it on again.
I gotta get my vest.
What are we gonna report? Report everything's fine.
They're gonna want to know why the thing got stuck.
So I'll make them happy and I'll say one of the switches need a drop of oil. What?
Drop my wallet.
Would you hurry up?
Did it?
Did it what?
Did one of the switches need a drop of oil?
No, of course not. But we can't say we don't know, right? So we give them something minor so they can...
That was fun.
Actually, no, we forgot about the whole subplot about the guy from the Addams Family and the guy from Hallmark movies have their whole boring subplot with the business thing. Like, oh
Yeah.
no,
Bad.
if we shut
Their
down,
acting was good.
their acting was some of the best in the film.
But the scenes
plot
were
was,
Unfortunately, the content
was
who
nothing. The
cares?
plot was empty.
And it was so
It's like we
unnecessary
can't
and
shut down
long.
this elevator that's killed a
It's
bunch
right
of
now.
people because
Money.
money.
Yeah. It's so hard to remember what happens in this movie chronologically speaking because
It is
nothing-
actually difficult.
There's so much we wanted to say about it too. That
Yeah.
we're just
There's
excited.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Inciting
That's all you say
incident.
about it.
Conclusion.
Chaos.
What?
Yeah.
Just
Por qué?
huh? So he meets. Okay, so you were talking earlier about that he meets Britney Spears.
Right.
For audience clarity's sake, it's not really Britney Spears. This is Naomi Watts. She's in very strongly early 2000s outfits. We're talking leather pink jackets.
look at those.
With
We're talking
leather pink
black
there she
and
is.
pink cow print.
suede.
Suede. Yeah.
purse.
She's
Yeah.
the
So
bad
It was
reporter.
it was a pink and black suede purse.
small sunglasses.
Oh yes, Michelle's right though. She is a reporter for the Global Morning, the Daily Morning, the Morning, the
Something not
Global,
so
the Morning.
respectable.
Basically tabloid journalism, and she's a reporter who is doing a feminine rights piece.
She was on the women's suffrage
on the
movement,
women's suffrage
1980.
movement, yeah, which is weird for
You
that
just
thing.
saw.
Miss Evans,
Yes.
it's your lucky day. Get your pretty ass over to the Millennium Building.
What happened?
An elevator got stuck, some women got sick, I don't know.
But I'm working on that piece on the struggle for women's voting rights.
When was that?
1918.
Bit after the fact, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's
No
important-
buts.
Well, no, you said your sexy butt or skinny butt, whatever. There's clearly butts. He's noticing.
They try to make her like super politically involved, and then they just
Yeah, and
crash
she
it.
interrogates Marky Mark, and she's like, "Mark, why are all these murders happening?" By all.
And it was like
Death.
1 in 10
Two,
people
right.
die in an elevator.
And he was being sarcastic,
Yeah,
but she's like,
but
"I'm
she
gonna
took
print
it
this as the
literally.
headline." And he's like, "You wrote that article about me." He's like, "It's my editor's fault. He made it all weird." Yeah, but you wrote
Sometimes
it.
computers do things.
Okay. Yeah. And then that's
Which,
Yeah,
by the way,
that was
okay,
She
so
did
there's
say
a
that.
lot of these scenes of like kind of flirty banter between Naomi Watts
Zero chemistry.
and, yeah,
Zero
it's like
chemistry.
and our lead guy
Backwards
Mark.
chemistry.
The chemistry is not
They
good.
probably hate
I
each other
think
off screen.
It could have perhaps worked in another movie, but like the way it was done here, just the script was not good, and then the editor would just cut and like, you say your line. You say your line. You say your line. You say your line. And there's no like moment of like thoughtfulness or reaction or
Nope.
anything. And it's
Except
just so
among
you,
the better
you.
actors.
Yeah, it did.
The better
yes.
the more renowned actors,
That's
is what I
true.
should say.
But even
Like
they were
the-
struggling with the
Yeah.
basic, just
Bare
basic
bones
script.
dialogue.
Totally,
Yeah.
Like the
totally.
dialogue was like, okay, how about this? Oh, well, I don't know about that. Okay, well, there's this. Oh, you numbskull, you. Let me insert some New York stereotypes here. No matter how good of an actor you are, sometimes you cannot outact.
Are we up
Yeah.
to the lady at the daycare yet? Not quite.
Oh, no, not yet.
Are we not?
No, yes,
We
So-
might be. We
I-
might be.
Let's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
talk
Let's-
about her.
let's-
You know what?
let's
I don't care.
Hey! Little bastards. Don't with me. Bunch of losers you are.
What?
All of you. What's the use?
What's going on?
Make it anyway. If you don't get knocked down by a car, or drink a bottle of Drano, or set fire to your bedroom, in a few years' time, you'll all be on drugs, or selling your bodies in cheap hotels.
Suddenly we're in a preschool and this worse than Matilda's teacher, who, like the evil
It's like,
principal.
sour, mid-40s, like.
But she's got like a German accent.
German accent.
And
thank
she's
you.
smoking a cigarette
Was it
inside
German?
around
I thought
these
it was French.
babies.
Was it
I do
French?
sound
Yeah,
French. No, she was German. She was German for
Bastards
sure.
and like
Bastards.
Like, is that a thing? Like in tall skyscrapers, there's just a nursery with
Well,
like
it
a
makes sense.
evil
It makes
German
sense
daycare
on-
lady taking care of small children smoking cigarettes.
then
That's
she-
a thing.
Yeah,
The
then
cigarette
she
thing
puts
was
out-
stupid.
She puts out the cigarette so that way she can go find one of the little bastards that ran away.
Well,
or
but the
something.
whole way that scene was shot was stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was
She's
stupid.
pacing.
Like in the mid 2000s, we did not smoke indoors. Okay.
Right, okay,
There
so-
was no smoke.
And the thing is, we gave a lot of lenience, like, oh, how 2000s of this movie, how 20 years ago. But even
But at the
still,
same
we were
time,
giving it way too much credit
yeah.
because
Absolutely.
even in the 2000s, you weren't
That didn't
smoking
happen.
around kids on the 89th
Yeah.
floor,
I
the
get
most
that
prestigious
ever.
building in the
Even
United
as a
States.
No,
joke.
it just doesn't.
Right,
Make any
Even as
sense.
an
right,
aside,
right.
or
I
as
get,
like a-
I get
yeah.
that they're trying to make this teacher out to be extra evil.
Extra evil.
As if
Yeah,
killing
but
a
it
dog
didn't
wasn't evil
work.
enough for this film.
That was
like, we get
that
it.
took us all
You know-
out of the film.
So a little girl is playing with the elevator doors.
That's right, because
With the
the
doll.
first
With
and
her
third,
big,
and she's
pretty
going
brown
back.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a really, yeah,
She
that's
was
a
cutie.
little kid.
Cute. Best actor in the film, the little girl.
The little girl.
Okay, she was my favorite.
Yeah, most
All right,
realistic.
second best actor, Ron Perlman.
Perlman.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He
was
gets second.
in this movie for 2 days. Probably just one day.
It might
to
have
be
been
honest.
3. I think it was 3.
Shooting.
Yeah.
I think it was 3.
I think he was there in the midday right here.
Yep,
They
yep.
drove him to the
2 days.
pier in the evening,
And the
and at
next morning
night,
they got
yeah,
him.
exactly.
The elevator just had a bad day, said one of the mechanics with a pale, scared face.
Saying so the first and third elevator, she was playing in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I love that little
she never
skipping
looked
back and
like she
forth.
was gonna get on the elevator.
No, she was just playing with it.
Yeah,
She
and
was
then
just
the
having
elevator's middle shaft slowly lifts, like the elevator rises up, so there's like the gap.
Yeah.
Gap
And I'm like,
beneath the
what little
elevator.
girl's
Gap.
gonna like jump
Nope.
or decide
not
to
me.
look?
Right, and we've killed 2 people on that elevator so far. So
By that method.
by that method,
The
yeah, of the
spooky gap,
slow
yeah.
decapitation.
Oh, speaking of the deaths, yeah, they did have them come and inspect it and say it's
Yeah,
clear.
yeah.
Jeff
true.
said
Just
it was
as
clear.
an aside, it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Even you're like, ugh.
Yeah, but the movie drew the line at murdering children.
Apparently, it'll kill dogs, but not
But in
small
that
brown-eyed
case-
children.
Okay, I'm glad they didn't kill the kid.
No, I didn't
I
want
really
to.
am
Listen,
glad.
they killed the
movie,
seeing
okay,
eye
again.
dog.
So this scene sets up the seeds for the guy from Total Recall and Starship Troopers as a potential bad guy.
Yeah.
So this is just after Ron Perlman has chewed, who's the boss of Mark.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman has chewed out Mark for saying some dumb stuff to the reporter because the reporter publicized something in a magazine that no one cares about, yet he
Apparently, they
cares
even
about.
mock.
Right. No one gives. It's like the, what is it, the Daily Esquire? No, what's that? What's the one? It's the Daily Inquirer. The Daily
Yeah, it's
Inquirer is
like-
basically
like
the
that,
Dairy
yeah,
Inquirer.
it's like that.
So
The Dairy Inquirer.
The Dairy Inquirer. Oh, okay. So right after Ron Perlman chews him out, and then they see Steinberg, who could be a potential bad guy, but we don't know. Just some sketchy dude yelling at Jeff.
Yeah.
Mark gets reassigned to a different dude who is way too into it, but having a good time. The actor's having a good time. Then we get the roller skate.
The roller
dudes.
skaters.
You get this like sweet New York rollerblading action. My femur's sticking out of my knee, bro.
What in the ever-loving... Oh my god! That was so over the top.
And you thought it was over the top before.
I love this movie.
Bro,
I
is he
love this
gonna
movie
fall on
so
it?
much.
Oh!
Dude gets pulled in poltergeist style, which, as you said, leads to possibility number 3, possession. And after that, more scenes happen? What happens after that?
I don't even know.
With maybe, but like Mark has a man cave where he doesn't play guitar but dances with it.
Oh, that's true. He's like into jukeboxes, so he like
just-
fixes up
he goes
jukeboxes
like this.
and dances with guitars. He doesn't play him. He doesn't even air guitar him.
Nope.
He just holds him.
Naomi Watts comes over.
And she's like, hey, do you like music? And he's
I
like,
was wondering if you like music.
no, I just like jukeboxes.
Would you like to watch my VHS tape?
Fine, I'll watch your VHS tape.
Okay, well, I think there's
He
problems.
goes, I'm only interested in X-rated films.
Ah, that
Oh,
is what he said.
Nice.
God, okay.
All the
Suggestive
bad jokes.
commentary.
Oh,
Yeah,
trash.
all the creepy jokes.
They
Like
were
they
trash.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's keep doing that. So,
I thought you want to watch this VHS tape.
oh, okay, what's on this VHS tape?
Well, it's the murder of this young fella. Watch here. Do
Oh.
you see that happening?
Oh, man, I don't believe that's not weird. He just jumped.
Excuse me. Why are you so blind?
Oh my God! Not the fact that he just flew. No, that's not weird at all.
Why are you the way that you are? Jesus Christ.
The guy, they're watching the video, and he clearly is like on his ass in the parking garage.
Yes.
Boom, gets flown into the garage. They see that, and he's like, yeah, he jumped. Oh yeah, and then he like leapt out of the elevator, out top floor of this whole building, and committed suicide.
Yep.
And she's like, did you see that? What? See what? Look closer. And they rewind.
The time
The timestamp. Okay, so they talk to Jeff. He's like, I don't got time for this. And then he goes off. His wife is super sad. Then Mark and Naomi go on like a little research bender, right? I was still confused on what they were looking up, but somehow they were able to search the entire student and faculty directory
Database, yeah.
of Harvard, which they picked at random. They were like, let's try Harvard.
That was lame.
That's the one.
so
There
lame.
he is. But they locate this guy named Steinberg,
sad.
who is played by Michael Ironside. Yeah, so they find him. I honestly don't even know how they got to that point, how they were looking for him, whatever. But they found out he's involved in some like weird scientific research.
Oh. So he is a employee that works at the elevator company because he was fired from the military because he was fired from some super secret AI technology
what,
research,
Gunter?
which was Gunter, which was using dolphin brains to create artificial intelligence.
That was a far.
And you know, I just
fucking
remembered
reach.
What?
How that this was really brought up is the Harold Ramis character comes over and he sees that they're
Hey,
looking up
so, like, I
Steinberg,
was
and then he
wondering.
was like, oh yeah, that guy, Steinberg. I remember. It was this whole story. They were making AI brains by connecting
that's
computers to
right.
dolphin
Oh,
brains.
yeah,
It
that's
was
the
a whole
kid-
thing.
bad.
As if,
It was
first
bad.
off,
Yeah,
as
it was
if
bad.
dolphin brains could ever be connected to computers to expand it. And then second off, that AI would have been created
So
and it wouldn't have revolutionized everything.
Can I just mention real quick? I forgot that watching that reminded me of the fact that so you know when someone looks at someone, they're like, man, I don't really like you, but you're kind of cute, and you're like, talking to me, and things like you're in that solid rebound phase. Yeah. That's Mark the entire movie looking at Naomi Watts,
Yeah, he's
aka
like,
Jennifer.
Jennifer. I didn't even know her name was Jennifer.
Jennifer. Thank you, IMDb.
It wasn't Christy?
Horrible.
We don't know how Jeff died.
I liked him.
No,
too.
we don't
I
know
like
how
that
Jeff
fella.
died. We never find that out.
He's not a bad fella.
No, he's not. I mean,
But this is very Hannibal Lecter-esque. This is the part where, oh, Jeff died, but we need you to come in to work.
I just wanted to let you know my condolences for your dead friend. So the next show's at 1900. I was.
The fundamental problem with this movie is that it's stupid as shit.
So Jeff is dead. So main character and Britney Spears are talking to Jeff's widow.
Yes.
And so she's like, oh, hey, this dude that worked at your company that committed suicide didn't commit suicide. Enter crazy lady.
The craziest.
Let me ask you one more question, Mrs. Kowalski.
So there's a gentleman named Kowalski that is established earlier in the movie, like 3 or 4 times, killed himself. Turns out, we don't know how, the elevator somehow killed him, and the wife has now set up a shrine for him with a cross and a little cup to
candles.
It's creepy. So they break in. She's like, you should keep your door locked. But it was locked. We're trying to keep you out. And then like every other scene in the movie, it just ends.
She was saying that his spirit was trapped in the elevator and he was basically
Thank you.
haunting the elevator.
Theory number 76.
Possibility number 4.
Which
So
still would have been better
4 or
than
5.
the actuality continued.
lightning. Number 1, lightning. Number 2,
Electrical storm.
masks.
Still.
Number 3, what was
Hot
number 3?
mess
Poltergeist.
express.
Poltergeist. Number 4, dolphin brains.
Well,
yes.
From
yes.
earlier.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
technically
you're
four.
right.
Yes,
That's 4,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So you're right. It introduced this like whole dolphin brain. Might be dolphin brains.
Bleeding theory.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, but wait, now we have a haunting from a previous elevator technician.
Right.
Who's still perhaps lingering in the elevator
Possibility
shaft.
number 5.
So,
He like egg yolk just.
Oh, Peter.
That woman with the kid is. She's got a grip.
Come on.
You ruined the set.
The White House,
White House,
everybody.
the White House, ladies and gentlemen, President
What
Bush.
a cut.
President Bush.
Is it Biden? Oh, it's Did they predict the future?
we
Call to the
see
future.
a presidential
Yeah.
press conference. Look, I don't even know where to go here, but I think we should just kind of cut to the chase.
Proto Biden shows up and says, American people, we have a terrorist threat. Okay.
And then it pans to a city night scene of the Twin Towers.
Oh my God, the fact that it goes from a president talking about terrorism, hard cut to the Twin Towers was too much for us. This is the scene where he has this like great poise to him, where he's like, if you guys just let me continue my research, I will show you all. I am visionary, I understand, I will change and this is, you're just like, acting. Oh my God.
Finally.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the moment, though, in the whole movie where we as the audience, we've been like, what is it? What's really causing this situation? This is the scene that reveals what's really going on with the elevators. And guess what? It's dolphin brains.
Plot number 4 wins, dolphin
Plot
brains.
number 4. It's dolphin brains melded with computers, formed an AI, and for some ungodly reason...
Wait, no, it's not dolphins, remember?
What?
Because Naomi Watts' Jennifer character says later, or something, they're not using dolphins anymore.
Yeah, that's right. That's right in the, yes.
Which
she did say
implies
that.
they're using humans.
Human brains. I guess.
So did they kill the old elevator tech?
So if they like, if we just like blast through the end of this movie, because dear Lord, I'm tired of talking about it.
What's going on? I have to get off here.
Police show up, the FBI show up, everyone's showing up. We have no idea why they're there. There's no reason for them to be there.
Yeah. Which, by the way, entire like SWAT teams with like MP5s. They've got machine guns. Like, what are you gonna do? Shoot the elevator?
Terrorists hiding in the elevator shaft?
Yes,
That was
and
so
she
bad.
and Naomi, aka Jennifer, is trying to sneak Mark in.
Yes.
Now he's figured something out.
They figured out that it's dolphin brains, because at this point they don't know that it's human brains. They sneak in, Naomi Watts gets captured by the FBI, but Mark sneaks in because he has Marine training, and then he sneaks in, gets on the elevator that has killed people. Okay, sorry, I just had to really make that point.
At some point, Mark finds like a panel, opens it up, and inside there's like
Beating heart.
Lungs,
or
heart,
organ
that's oozing this creamy, nasty
It
stuff.
seems to be connected to like a fan. I don't know. And so it's like, okay, so the elevator has become like a living
sentient
organism.
thing with ability to control elevator cables without use of muscle tendons or anything.
That's what I would really like to get
This
into.
hurt Michael specifically.
All right. Just because the control mechanism for the elevator develops AI does not mean that the elevator can control a cable like a prehensile tentacle, nor does it mean that it can use white light to suck a skateboarder in and throw it out. Like, that doesn't connect at all.
I would like to take this time to mention that Michael's getting this upset over the shaft.
Down.
He ends up on a floor and he, by the way, finds a bazooka.
No, not the first time he stabs whatever.
First time he stabs it, then shit happens. Anyway, our main guy, though, finds a rocket launcher.
Somehow.
And is opening the last elevator shaft. So he finds the last, like, lung thing. opens the doors. He has a rocket launcher, and I'm just saying, like, you're 10 feet away from this thing.
Okay, so if I'm gonna be honest, this part I'm just kind of waiting for the movie to be over. So Michael Ironside shows up.
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
Oh no, it's not hard.
Yes, yes, yes.
He gets wrapped by tentacles that come from the elevator shaft that have no muscles to move it, so it doesn't make any sense. He pulled it out, and then like the SWAT showed up and like don't move, and then they pulled him out, and then like he got also pulled out, and he shoots it with a bazooka from 5 feet away instead of 10 feet away, and then he blows back into the shaft, and then
5 feet away instead of 100, 200, 300 feet
right,
away.
and then the day is saved, I guess, and then they're like, go give these two people room. It's because it's Naomi Watts, the character, and I don't care anymore.
It is ultimately the elevator which kills Michael Ironside, right? It like reaches out, grabs him, pulls him into the shaft, kills him, and that like ends the whole thing, right? It gives our hero the chance to RPG the lungs.
Yeah.
Why would the elevator kill Michael Ironside? Michael Ironside was the one who was protecting the elevator.
Here's my theory. It's all the possibilities. It is voodoo. It is lightning. It is Shaft Man possessing.
Poltergeist.
It is
Shaft
poltergeist, and it is dolphin brains.
I mean, I was
can't
gonna
explain
go with
that.
Frankenstein. Like it was like I
Killed
shouldn't
his
He
own.
does
exist.
say it's alive.
It's
It's
aware.
alive.
Maybe the elevator did have existential dread and knew that it was
And
wrong,
guilt.
and it was like I shouldn't exist.
This
That
movie
really
had
does not.
so
Oh my god!
many,
I
like-
thought that was another.
That was the best shot of the whole movie.
Oh, I thought that was supposed to
That was the stupidest.
There are two ways to perceive the corking mechanism. When I hear 1 to 7, I think of 4 as the middle.
Because if you start at 4, you have 5, 6, and 7 on one side, and 3, 2, and 1 on the other side. So 4 is technically the middle number of those.
To me, it makes
7.
perfect
So
sense.
we're saying if it's the most dog shit
Perfectly
movie, you never want to
average.
watch it again.
I wouldn't
the
recommend
lowest
it, but I
you can
wouldn't
go
not.
is a 1 cork.
Yes.
There's no 0 corking in our corking system.
No. And 7 is pinnacle. There is nothing above a 7.
Yeah.
And a 4 is, this is the most perfectly average film to me.
Yes, to you.
And we're rating from 1 to 7 corks based on like how much would we recommend that you pop a bottle of wine, pop a cork,
hang out with some friends,
and watch
a
this.
movie. Exactly.
Yeah.
So with all that in mind, Michelle, our new guest on Uncorked, give us your corking rating and give us the reasoning behind your Uncorked rating.
All right, so it was kind of hard because actually with the star power that they had on this, and the Gilmore Girl in me was like, it's Grandpa. You know, and I wanted to give Naomi Watts, in fact, that was the name I recognized when we were previewing this, so I really expected more of her and this film. I mean, it had twists, it had turns, it's got us talking about this for an hour and a half. So I will give it, I'm being generous, a 3. I was gonna give it a 2, but I'll give it a 3.
That's a cold score.
Okay. Anya, what would you rate this film in the corking system that we have?
Oh, the acting is so bad though. Oh, it's a 4. It's a 4 out of 7.
4 out of 7.
Leaning toward the 5, but I think I don't know. It was just the writing was so bad though.
It was.
I actually enjoyed it. I think that the reason I can't give it more than a 4 is because I wanted it to play toward the like elevator scare.
What have we got?
Okay, I'm gonna give this movie marks for a couple things. It did get us on the edge of our seat.
It did.
I had a couple of different elevator moments. I did like Ron Perlman. I like Michael Ironside. The script didn't give us anything to work with. I think the editor was terrible. Anyway, the movie also had some cool camera work, some cool visuals, but at the end of the day, to me, it wasn't really bad enough that it was fun for me. It wasn't schlocky enough. It was just kind of bad enough that it was disappointing. I'm gonna give it a 2.3.
Hey, look, it says the 2 right there. It says
No
a
pointing.
2.3. It says a 2.
Yeah, you gotta pick it. Oh, yeah.
I would recommend Velocipaster over
Whoa.
the Shaft.
You lying
And
sack
don't
of dog
Don't
mess.
get me wrong, Velocipaster is much worse.
I
but
assault
it's
you
more
with a
fun.
pumpkin. I
Here, wait.
disagree on a human
3.5.
compactor.
In my man.
Okay. Okay, so we have 3, 4,
I'm just hitting
and
you
2.
for the camera.
This movie hit me in just the perfect level of confusion where it was like, what is going on? What is happening? Why is it happening? Naomi Watts being a good actor in other things just added more to it. Like, she's so bad in this.
Yeah.
The actors struggling with just watching them in pain for the horrible script, watching the wild accents from one to the other. I have to give this a 5 out of 7. So, Velocipaster was trying to be bad, and it failed at being a bad movie, which is why I liked it. I just gave it 4 out of 7, right? But this movie thought it was so cool.
It ended on Aerosmith.
It ended on
Aerosmith.
It had the early 2000s glasses. There was Laura Croft posters. There was Laura Croft figurines. All of that just makes for a great bad movie because it doesn't know. And that for me is why a good bad movie exists, is because it thinks it's cool, but it doesn't know it sucks complete crap. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 3.5 out of 7, but since we don't do points, we have to come up with a conclusion. Are we okay with rounding up or rounding down?
Oh, I'd round up.
Okay.
Round
Are you okay
and
with rounding up or
voted
rounding
down?
down?
Yeah, I'll give it a round.
All in favor of
it's a
rounding up?
It's a round up.
Okay, so we
Because
have
of Nate's argument.
a 4 out of 7.
It's a fun movie.
Here's the question. If we had to recommend this to another person, would we do it? Does this go on the...
As a bad movie that's so bad it's good.
Yes.
Like it's like Sharknado, like this.
Or just, did you enjoy it enough?
Why,
that,
that's why I went with
Sharknado
2.
so bad it's good.
So right now, we're gonna say maybe not. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for another Uncorked. I hope you enjoyed us talking about the film.
Jesus.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Velocipaster. And we will see you next time for more festive times and festive seasons.
Thank you,
Goodbye,
everybody.
everybody. Goodbye.
The machine's not a machine anymore.